guys, Tracy Love and
it's Keish.
Back here today with another video for our new segment called
Let's Talk About It.
Okay, so today we're going to be going into, as in every other day, some problems, little things that are happening in the world right now to talk about.
Like we said before in the previous videos, these are just random topics that we pick that we feel should be addressed. This is just our opinion, so feel free to give yours if you feel the need to give your opinion. We're open to criticism, we're open to more ideas, we're open to anything. Like we're not gonna take anything to the heart, you feel me? Like as long as you're not being disrespectful, we're not being disrespectful anyway, then we'll just take whatever. So
okay, guys,
before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment,
you're right,
subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you can see every time we post a new video.
Let's see where we're gonna start. I'm gonna start it easy with you guys, okay? Okay. Question 2. I'm gonna skip over that one. Okay. Savings versus investing. You go ahead.
Now I want you to start with this because I'm not really good at saving.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I will start by saying, personally, from a person that does a little bit of both, I will say that it depends how you are as a person. If you want to make kind of quick money, I would say invest. You can invest in different ways. We all know that. There's stocks, there's trades, there's other type of stuff you can invest. If you want to get money pretty quickly, but have a risk of losing your money, invest. That's if you're a risk taker. If you're not, you should be a saver, because you will always know how much money you got saved. You will never always know how much money you're about to make if you invest.
Right.
And on top of that, investing comes with knowledge. You need to know more before you invest. Saving, you only need a bank account and your money. Put it in every once in a while, and you can save. I don't know which one to pick, because saving could go a long way. If someone were to count how much money they had since their first job and they never waste on that bread, they will have a lot of money.
Hello.
A lot of money, so in which they can.
There's a lot of us out here.
A lot of money in the type of place where they can invest with that money to make more money. See, there's like a little bit of both. I preferably would do 50-50. You know, get a little bit of both. So you still have your money, but you're still kind of being risky with it.
So I agree with what Shanice says, but once again, if you're a person like me now, I am not great with saving. And yes, I am this old and I'm not great with saving. And I'm not great with sitting there and taking risks with money. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're taking a risk, you have to have the money. And I'm not saying that I don't have the money. I'm not saying that you guys don't have the money. But if you're okay with losing money, then you can do that. But I'm not okay with losing anything. So I'm not okay with losing money. So I will say saving over investments, only because I'm not okay with losing money. And I've thought about the whole trading because I have friends. I have a friend who does it. Shanice does it. I know other people who do it. And they always talk to me about it, and it sounds good. But actually, talking about it and actually taking action is two different things. Hearing about it, they're going to tell you all the good stuff. They're going to tell you, yeah, you're making this amount, you're making this, that, blah, 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 blah. But when it's time for you to do it, they're not going to tell you that they lost $100 the first time they tried it. They're not going to tell you they lost $20 the first time they tried it. They're not going to tell you that they went all the way to negatives to get back to the, like, they're not going to tell you that stuff. So I'm not okay with losing anything. So I'd rather save I'd rather save and not invest. But then again, investing is also good because it's a lot of people out here that's buying a whole lot of houses with money that they made from stocks or what's that, forex, whatever,
Trading.
Yeah, but money that they made from trading or all of that stuff. So it's a good way to build your future. But once again, if you're like me and you don't like to lose stuff, then I advise you to save and not invest. You're gonna lose before you win.
Yep. That's what people don't understand about investing. And that's why I primarily say you have to know what you're doing before you invest into anything. Saving, you don't need to know much. Just make your money and put it somewhere and keep it there.
Yep.
Okay, so next question.
Wait, before you go there, I also kind of have a problem with saving because I was talking to Shanice and I was talking to other people, and the whole saving process, like putting it in a bank, I just don't like the thought of the bank borrowing your money to give it back to you. But that's another story for another day. That's another story.
You think you could go on a whole extra few minutes about that?
No, because I feel like I could go further along with that.
Just saving the bank and all that?
Yeah. We're gonna do that for my video.
Yeah. Tune in for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. This is a sensitive topic, but this one is about police brutality. So, as two black women here today on your educational YouTube video, you will normally with the world going on right now, with everything that black men are going through, everyone of color goes through it. And I don't think I gotta go into detail about what has been going on, but trying to find a way to word it.
We don't want to get too deep into it because we don't want to bring something onto our channels and our platforms that's gonna cause a whole like.
Okay, but
so,
I'm gonna personally say this. I've probably once been somewhere where someone saw my skin color as a threat or as their way to be rude, their opening to be rude.
Right.
I don't take offense to it. I don't really care because at the same time, you cut my hand, I cut your hand. We're both. All of our blood is red.
Right.
We all bleed the same.
Right.
But when it comes to that, I just feel that the academy. My phone's annoying.
No, they blowing up your John, bro.
Actually, how I feel about it is mainly that the police academy needs to change the way they train their police officers. People should be penalized for bystanding and participating too in actions that shouldn't be done. If you haven't been taught that in police academy, don't go out and do it.
You were taught that in school. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
You in the same area as somebody who's shooting and you're around the area, best believe you're getting locked up. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just for questioning or anything, you're getting locked up. So wrong place, wrong time, that was always a saying from since you were young. So it's not even like, just the police academy is going to tell you that. Everybody tells you that.
And I don't want to say that it's specifically white officers that does this to black men, because I'm sure there is probably a 1%, probably a little bit higher, of black officers that do the same thing. But I don't want to say that they're racist or anything like that. I don't want to speak for them because I had never heard them say that anything that would sound racist for me to say that they are racist. And that's my other problem about all this. People is taking this whole situation and running with it to say that everything is racist. Oh, he didn't give me my correct change, he's racist. Or, oh, he cut me off on the road, he's racist. Like, I feel like everyone's taking this and running with it. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, with all the protesting and everything still going on, I hope everyone is continuing to protest, because I don't want it to be one of those past situations where people protest for a while, stop protesting, and nothing gets changed, and this happens again in the next 2 years or so.
Right.
That's my only views on it.
Right. I agree with everything, literally everything she says. I feel like there's some police officers out there that's making the whole police department look bad. Mm-hmm. And it's making us look at them different. And even if they're not a part of that, it gives you that little bit of fear in your heart. But you walk past the officer because you never know what they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. You never know what they're capable of. You're scared. Just like they're supposed to make you feel safe, but you don't even feel safe being next to a police officer because you never know. They could be talking about you. They could be looking at you the wrong way. They could think that you're somebody they're looking for. You know, stuff like that. So things happen, but this whole situation is just crazy.
But to add on to that, we feel that way also sometimes because people with power often abuse their power, and that is where it needs to be regulated.
Exactly.
And I feel like it isn't regulated, not enough at least. Because if stuff like this keeps happening, that means that not that people are letting it happen, people are sweeping it under the rug and letting their power get to their head and give them the ability to do all these things that isn't right, but they feel is right because they graduated from police academy and they learned this a certain way, so they able. And
you don't even have to go to college to be a police officer.
No, you don't.
So they not discriminating any police officers. I honestly look up to you guys. Like, you guys have a really hard job having to, you know, do certain things in certain areas and all of that stuff. But for those that are abusing their power, don't feel like you're better than anybody else, because that same person you could be locking up or trying to murder or trying to sabotage or do whatever has more education than you. All you have to do is graduate high school and have a high school diploma, and you go to police academy and train and do whatever. So
at the same time too, think about it like this: some that may feel like their job is better than others, but this same person you be locking up could be a doctor that could have saved your child's life a year from now, but instead didn't because you locked them up,
or you did something that you weren't supposed to.
Stuff like this is that you need to keep in mind and look at when you see situations like this.
To conclude this whole thing, I feel like everybody should just stay in their position or stay in their place. If police officers have a power to a certain extent, I think you should keep that power to that extent and don't push it. If Shanice has a power to a certain extent, keep it at that extent and don't push it. Like, don't overdo your boundaries. Stay in your place and everybody will be fine. That's just how it should be.
Okay. Last. Should wealthy people pay higher taxes than the poor? Now you go first for this one.
Okay. So, should wealthy people pay higher taxes than the poor? I'm kind of on a 50-50 with this. Only because I feel like there's gonna be people out here that are gonna complain, oh, that's not fair, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you have more money than people like me. So if you can pay more money, more taxes, why not do it? You have the money. It's not like you don't have it. But there's some people out here who are not going to want to do that because they just feel like it's unfair. Capitalism is so there has to be upper class, middle class, and lower class. So everybody has to have certain classes or else the world cannot function. Everybody cannot be in the same class because the world won't. There has to be poor people in order for the world to go on. There has to be people in the middle and rich people, because those rich people feed off the middle class get up, lower class get up, you know, stuff like that. So everybody's building their way up. So it has to be in that order. So I feel like one part they should because they have it, but then like, again, there's going to be a part of people where they're going to be like, oh, that's not fair, blah, blah, blah. So
I don't know where I stand with this. I'm not a politician. I don't know any ways to work around it, but from the little that I know, I do find it unfair. I do, because those people that are rich worked to get to where they're at.
Exactly.
I'm not rich, but I look at them that way.
No.
Except for the few
that
have been given
that ability,
their wealth and all that.
Right.
But for I don't want to say selective, but for everyone that is rich, their parents or their grandparents or them themselves have worked to get to where they're at. So for them to be paying more, I feel it's kind of unfair. It's like taking this. She's rich, I'm poor. We both want it, but since I'm poor, I gotta pay $5. Since she's rich, she has to pay $100. You get me? That's how I see it as. It's gonna work, but this is a stupid suggestion.
Nothing is stupid. Everything is good. So
Taxes should be the same. Taxes should be one amount for how much you buy stuff or whatever. The only time it will vary is with different sections. The property is already like that. Food, housing, cars. You pay different type of taxes based on the amount that you're trying to pay already. I hope you think the world's already like that. But
no, because the more stuff you buy, the more taxes you pay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's how I feel like it should be. It shouldn't be the wealthy should pay more because of this. But at the same time, in ways, the wealthy do take from the poor.
Right.
They take a lot from the poor.
Right.
So I understand why people will be like, nah, they better pay more in taxes because they're already taking all these stuff from us. Why? You know? But at the same time, they need to see it. It's on both ends. If you're poor, you have to want to make money to become middle class or higher than that.
Right.
If you're rich, you have to see it as, oh, I'm making money off of them. Which ways can I give back to them? People are really greedy when it comes to money, and I honestly don't like it.
Yes.
And
that's the problem. More money, more problems.
Yep.
Money is always a problem.
Yep.
And that's when people say, oh, money does not make you happy. Money makes everybody happy. Money makes the world go around. Without money, you're nowhere. Especially in the United States of America, money means everything. Nothing is free. Even when something says it's free, at the bottom there is fine print. Read it. Read it. There's nothing free. Everything they say is free. There's gonna be like, oh, you get a month free trial. That's it. After that, you gotta pay your $12.99. You gotta pay your $13.99. You gotta pay your $100. You gotta pay this, that. So nothing in this world is free. Even when somebody gives you something for free, it's bullshit.
Though the wealth, middle class, and the poor need to see things differently to progress. And to conclude this whole video with the first question I asked about drugs being legalized. If it was legalized, people would take advantage of it. People who do drugs and get more drugs. But these people will be the same people that will wonder why they're homeless, why they're down. You see? But I bet you the wealthy, they're not doing all those drugs like that. Even if they are, they make sure to keep that money flowing to do those drugs.
And they have doctors. They have the money to pay doctors to do whatever.
Right?
Because a rich person is always gonna. This is something I always remember. A rich person, if I'm rich and Shanice, we're both the same skin color. We're both the same ethnicity. We're both kind of from the same place. If I'm rich and Shanice ain't rich, and I'm sick and Shanice is sick, we both have the same sickness, I will live longer than Shanice.
Yep.
I promise you that. And that's only because
first.
I have more money than Shanice. Okay, guys, so this is going to conclude our video and our segment for today called Let's Talk About It. See you guys in the next video on my channel. And make sure you guys do not forget to follow these steps.
Right.
Like.
Right.
Comment. Subscribe. Yup. And press the notification bell to see every time we post a new video. And make sure you like the video, because when you like the video, then YouTube sees like, oh, they like the video, so we're gonna show the rest of the world this video. So everybody can see how we think and how we feel. You know what I mean? So make sure you like this video. Peace.